Hey everybody, welcome back to Starkey Farm Says. So while I'm letting the small dog, because the big ones are still being trained for canine home protection, run around and use the bathroom, we have to talk. You should all be furious. And I mean, you should be furious. I don't care what political party, what color, what country, what sex you happen to be, but this should make you angry. So let's get this straight. Basically, people in Maui got $700, not $750. I know I was there. They got $700 if they were okayed. And they got so many months in temporary housing after all of Lahaina burned. Okay? Maui's an island. It's very small. It's very expensive. Government did not step in. They did not help. North Carolina and Florida, after Hurricane Milton, were basically, if you had a Trump sign in your yard, FEMA didn't even help you. That's all been swept underneath. Those people are in tents in North Carolina, and it is freezing in the South of America right now with these crazy weather patterns that we're getting. So North Carolina's totally been forgotten. Entire mountain towns swept off the mountains. Most Americans don't even know it's happening. We're all focused on California. Democrat stronghold that our federal government just promised to pay 100% of debris removal, of the cost of firefighters, first responders, overtime, the whole kit and caboodle, guys. We've even promised them military helicopters and equipment for the first 180 days, and we'll help pay for 100% cost now of housing, temporary housing for everybody affected. I'm sorry, I'm furious. I'm sorry, California. I'm sorry. Your state did not have water to put fires out. You guys wouldn't even do controlled burns. You're so worried about a smelt. You let hundreds of millions of gallons of water flow into the Pacific Ocean daily, and you guys agreed to that. I'm sorry your state started burning. I'm sorry Los Angeles burned. Real talk, I'm sorry. But nobody else got a silver platter except you guys. I wonder why. Oh, who is this? This is Kamala. Where is she from? California. And don't tell me that I'm being childish or anything else. I'm furious. I went to Maui. I saw what those people were having to deal with, being moved 8 and 9 times in a 6-month period and then having FEMA leave them. I saw what people in North Carolina have dealt with. I've talked to people. I've had friends go up there and do missionary work. FEMA pulled out within the first couple of weeks. I saw what happened in Florida with my own eyes. I went there. I drove around. A lot of people were without power. Their homes were flooded. Tornadoes tore things up. And guess what? They didn't get help if they had a Trump sign in the yard. But you guys get it all given to you on a silver platter? Why? Why? And then, yes, there are rumors that they are going to rezone a lot of Los Angeles and all these surrounding cities that have burned from R1, which is like a single dwelling home on a single lot, right? You're going to be rezoned to an R3, which is multiple dwellings on one lot. So no more, $1 million quarter acres with $1 million houses. They're not going to let it. Why? Because they're pushing for the Smart 2028. And now let me tell you, as I dug around Smart Los Angeles 2028, it's no longer going to be known as the car capital of the United States. They're basically going to take your private vehicles from you. It says it right here. It also says it takes a lot of planning to get all this to happen. Wow. We just started 2025. They've got 3 years to rebuild it back exactly the way they want it. And if you live in Malibu, this is what they look like right now. And I'm not laughing. I'm just like, this is what the homes along the coastal area look like. Guess what? They've already said it. They're not going to let you guys build back either. They're simply not going to do it. They're going to do to you exactly what they did to Lahaina. They're going to draw a coastal line and say, if you're this close to the coast, oh, it's bad for the coast. It's bad for the erosion. Nope, can't rebuild. So all these people are going to get pennies on the dollar for what their land was actually worth. Sorry, it's not going to happen. They're not going to let you rebuild it. So now we have literally millions of people going to be living on government aid. Now, I know what people are going to say, Sam, that's so mean. Is it? Because you know what? When all of South Louisiana flooded a few years ago, FEMA barely helped any of us. Like, we were all staying in campers and tents for years and then having to put our houses up, like 10 feet for a 100-year flood because FEMA forced us to. No, I'm not sorry. I am really irritated, though. I really am. And I think most of you should be, too. Because let me tell you what Biden's actually doing. He's pumping out the money faster than they can print it at the Federal Reserve, right? Which is not even part of the federal government, in case you didn't know that. They're pumping it out faster than it can be printed so that when Trump comes into office on the 20th, that the economy just flat crashes and you know what? It's going to go inflation through the roof. So I'm telling you guys now, start paying off things. I know it's tight, honey. I know it is. Pay off everything you can. Cut those credit cards up. Reduce. I'm telling you guys, America better buckle down. We're fixing to head into our second Great Depression, and it is by design. Mark my words. The economy cannot handle this. The federal government had no right. That senile old Sleepy Joe had no right to agree to pay 6 months of cleanup and housing and first responder. He had no right, okay? And I'm going to tell you what. Trump can try to go in and fix it, you guys, but I'm telling you, he is sending billions of dollars out the door faster. I mean, they're pushing grants. So a lot of you guys don't understand all that, but they're pushing through Green New Deal grants and just funding it so that when Trump comes in, we've got trillions of dollars owed all over the United States. And there's nothing that he can do. Those contracts are signed and sealed. It's all by design. Wake up. This is not a wildfire. This is not global warming. This is the destruction of America in real time. Get ready to plant a garden. Food may be through the roof come spring. I'm not playing. I'm not fear-mongering. I'm flat telling you what the Holy Spirit's telling me. My husband went hunting today. It's been a few years since he's done that. Why did he go hunting? Because we want meat. Yeah, you heard me right. I've always been prepped to an extent, but I'm fixing to get what you call prepared. Like seriously prepared. Get my dogs back this week. They'll be prepared for home protection. Solar panels are going up in the spring. I can at least run my well water. You guys, I'm not playing with you. I'm not playing with you. It's time to stop and start preparing. Watch this last clip. I love you guys. Like, comment, subscribe, share this. I don't think people really understand what's actually happening. They're watching the fires, but they're not realizing what's coming on the backside of the fires.
Misinformation. There were hurricane force winds of mis and disinformation, lies. People want to divide this country, and we're going to have to address that as well. And it breaks my heart as people are suffering and struggling. That we're up against those hurricane forces as well. And that's just a point of personal privilege that I share that with you because it infects real people that are out there, people I meet every single day, people the mayor's been meeting with, and they're having conversations that are not the typical conversations you'd have at this time. And you wonder where this stuff comes from. And it's very damaging as well. But we're here to get the job done.
It's just looking so bad for the Democrats. Just now as the heat is cranking up on Gavin Newsome over California's completely botched response to the recent LA wildfires, we get this, the same tired Democrat playbook. When faced with criticism for your failures in leadership, instead of taking accountability, immediately label anything opposing your narrative as misinformation and demand it to be silenced. Seems like this is just the MO of the Democrats these days. Democrats. Or are things going badly for you there, Supreme Leader Gavin Newsome of California? Well, just call in to the Sleepy King and have them mobilize 51 former federal agents to discredit the story as Russian disinformation. Oh, it has all the hallmarks of Russian disinformation. I'm telling you, these Democrats, they're like Soviet light. And what's so funny here, I mean, remember just the clip we played yesterday where Gavin Newsom was getting confronted by a voter who was demanding answers on the state's failures in response to the wildfires?
Literally talking to the president right now.
Gavin Newsom stated he was trying to get in contact with the president. Oh, he's going to get all the answers. That's what he was saying, right? Oh, don't worry, I'm going to call the president. We'll get all your questions answered. She wanted transparency, and she even asked him to call the president right there, right now, so she could hear their conversation. And of course, no, Gavin Newsom didn't want that.
I hear it. Can I hear your call? Because I don't believe it. I want to be here when you call the president.
And then, interestingly enough, I guess, as fate has it, we somehow get a video of the Zoom call. I guess the call that Gavin Newsom did end up having with the White House. He got them on the line. I guess he found cell service. That's another one when he was saying, oh, I don't have service. I can't reach Joe Biden. But anyways, don't want to go down that tangent. Point is, we somehow get in on the call. And instead of Gavin Newsom looking for answers, Gavin Newsom is looking for excuses and ways to demonize people who are questioning his failed leadership. Ooh, misinformation and disinformation. Oh, so scary.